everyone. So I'll share it with you. You do whatever you want to do with it. So please, can everybody turn off your video? Last class, some of us were able to see what we are not supposed to see. So please turn off your camera. It's also going to help your, I think, your bandwidth, your data, and also help us so that we can mind the business that we are here for. So today's class is just going to be all about CV writing and how to update your CV, what should be on your CV, and what shouldn't be on your CV. And our host for today is Francis. So guys, I'm going to hand you guys over to Francis, and I hope we are going to be good as always. I don't know, wait, I'm seeing somebody unmuted, and this person is not supposed to be unmuted, so just give me time. Let me mute everybody. Everybody muted.
Everyone is muted.
Okay, so it's only the co-hosts that should unmute themselves. Apart from the co-host, every other person should be muted. I think I've done that automatically from my end. So going forward, Francis, I keep calling because I have a friend, his name is David Dennis, so I keep changing the names. So Francis can take over from here. So you can start the introduction and as well as sharing your screen. All right, guys. I just finished my section for my job. I just finished meeting. So I may not really be very active during this class, so I need to eat or rest. Anyone. But so for you guys to have an amazing class, I'm sure of leaving you guys in the best hands. David is going to do an amazing job. I trust him. And Slim Chick, we also do an amazing job in removing those that want to show us what you are not supposed to see. So anybody that wants to show us anything, just kindly and should I say politely remove the person from the class. Slim
Okay.
Chick. Yeah, thank you. So Francis, you can go ahead. Au revoir.
All right. Good to see you, Lemonade. And for everyone else, thanks so much. I was a minute late. Muna no vex. I called Davido, make he confirm, say I don't drop 1 million. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, they can hear you. Just go on.
All right. So okay, the meeting is not being recorded. Are we leaving it that way?
It's being recorded. Lemonade is recording.
Okay. So I saw some CVs, like I requested some person should send CVs to my email, and I got that. I'm going to straight ahead because it's been a really tiring day for me as a person, and I'm sure a lot of you are also coming back from your different places of work, and I'll just go straight to talking about the CV. But before we do that, some people want to see me. Let me put on my video. Before we do that, I just want to say that I have been really on a couple of interview sections for more than 5 years. I can tell you that the very last interview we had in my organization was for a project, a school farm for school meals project. And we got funding more than $50,000 for it. For those of you who are my contacts or connects in on LinkedIn, I had posted the application that was being sent out. So I think that was 2 weeks ago. We had interviews for people. And I need to tell you guys that what we saw on the CV of some persons was really horrible. So early this year, I've been doing tons of training when it comes to people getting positioned for opportunities, putting their CVs professionally. And that training have been really amazing. I've gotten a lot of insights from there. So I'm going to be speaking from experience. I already shared my profile in the group, so I don't need to go back telling anyone. The fact that you are here means that you have read the profile. My job is to just introduce you guys to what actually makes a professional CV and what you should not put in your CV and what you should put in your CV. And someone is asking what's my LinkedIn name. I think I'll put that, but let me just go ahead with the class. So I'm going to share my screen, and then if you send an email to me, let me see. Okay, so I got a couple of emails today. If you can see my screen, the person that is unmuted, can you confirm you have seen my screen, please?
Yes, we can see it.
All right, so I'm going to start with the very first person here, and I want to take permission from the person to share the screen, this CV rather, to everyone. First and foremost, let me make a bit of introduction, though. Let me make a bit of introduction. See, when it comes to CVs, there are numerous templates. For the majority of you and of course me doing freelance online, the templates available for freelancing or freelancing opportunities, the templates available for freelancing opportunities are actually what these apps, some of these apps you guys use, like the one I just opened now. That's a template from an app, obviously, or maybe the person just designed it using Canva, or some other application. But know something for sure. If you are sending your CV to any company, the first thing you must ask yourself is, what is the nature of this company? What is the nature of this company? I work in a non-profit. The way we look at CVs from my own end is different from somebody who is in the tech background, the way they look at CVs. And someone in the tech background is different from somebody, if you're working in a federal parastatal in Nigeria, the way you present your CV to that parastatal is quite different. If you are working as a teacher, secondary school teacher or whatever, or a lecturer, for instance, the way you present your CV is quite different. So the templates I'm going to be talking about today are the most popular templates that are being used by organizations, by companies. So it cuts across those who are in fintech, it cuts across those who are in CVs that you want to send for job applications outside the country, um, CVs that are going to be sent to companies outside your country, CVs that are going to be sent to tech companies. This template that I'm going to be sharing is what works for everyone. I saw Lemonet's CV one time. She sent it. She was having a class with us sometime, and I was just nodding my head. I say, yeah, this babe, she did there. But there are some people that if you see their CV, you would feel bad for the lack of information they don't have. So that's just what I want you guys to know today. There are different templates for different companies, different organizations, and different, but out of all these numerous templates, there are certain templates that are very, very popular. And there are certain principles guiding, people who read these CVs. So let me share my screen and then begin talking from the CV. So this is a CV from Kem. I don't know if this is the Kem, is she here? Now this CV is first, this CV is not complete. This CV doesn't represent a lot of things. It doesn't show who Nkem is summarily.
Hello?
The CV,
Can you hear me?
yeah.
I don't think using someone in this class CV for your example would be nice, because some persons, they might see it as is an embarrassing situation or something like that. So if you have any other CVs that
Okay.
the
Okay.
owners are not in this class, you can use it. Thank you.
All right. All right. So what I'm going to do right ahead is to share tips. Then I'm going to use my CV. I don't know if that one is okay. Ask. Is she talking? I can't hear her.
You can get other CV, or maybe those that currently they are not in our class. But I'm saying I wouldn't feel cool. Maybe if my CV is well written, fine, I don't mind. But if my CV is not okay, I don't think I'll feel comfortable seeing you use my CV for your analysis and still tell me that it's not okay. I don't know how to. Or you may just use it without mentioning the person's name or telling us that the person is in our class. I think that is okay. Don't understand what I'm trying to say.
Okay. So someone in the chat box is saying he doesn't mind.
Because his own is not there. The person will not mind. My own is not there. Me that is saying it, my own is not there, but I just feel like I try to avoid anything that will cause kind of, before, some people, especially in Nigeria, some of us, we are somehow, before you know it's now, they'll start gisting about, okay, you don't know how to write CV, can you see this like this or like that? So just to avoid.
Okay, let me use someone that is not in the class. Let me check my
better.
inbox now.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Okay.
Those that want their own to be used, I think you can add. I don't know. I think you can send it to check the chat and check if you can send your CV. So you can send your own.
Obe Adenike say, okay, let me just drop my email. It's like some persons want me to use.
Exactly. Those that want their own to be used can send it to you so that we can use it. I'm just saying those that some person I don't like.
Because I don't want to waste time by going through my tons of lists. So let me just drop my email. Please check the chat box. ahelconsult@gmail.com. So the very first email that comes to me right now is the one I'm going to open. So I'm not going to call your name. I'll just download it and open it from my end. If you send your CV, please, let's permit the person to unmute and tell me your name, please. Who sent to, is it Obey?
Why not just check your inbox and select anyone that's dropped in?
Sonia, I just saw Sonia's CV. Linda. Okay, I can use Linda's CV. Sorry, I just called her name. All right, so let me share my screen. Thank you for the consent. Okay, so I'm going to be looking at 3 CVs because I know not all 3 will be the same. So the first thing, I love the fact that she or he boldened the name. Now, in every CV, one must realize that you don't put curriculum vitae or you don't put resume as your title. You have to bolden it. It has to stand out. Your name. Some companies will prefer surname first before your first name or second name. Others don't bloody care. So you have to find out what works for such companies. And if you are applying online, you can know, in fact, what works for some of these companies. But to be on the safer side, people just prefer to put their first names followed by second name and third name. The reason is because sometimes if they want to look at people's surname first, like an applicant tracking system, I think I'm going to be talking about that later. The applicant tracking system software work differently for purposes like this. So the first thing is you have your name, you have your address, you have, if this CV is sent to a company in Nigeria, so it's okay to just put FCT Abuja, that's it. But if your CV is sent to a company outside of Nigeria, please make sure you put the name of the city and the country. And of course, you have to include your country code. That's +234. Some people would think say the +234 are like a physical kind of, but it's not. You have to state it clearly in your heading that this is what your CV is about. Then your email. Then this is where I'm going to encourage you guys to insert, especially if your CV is a soft copy CV, to insert your email as hyperlink. That's number 1. Exactly what she did here. It's hyperlink. The person could just click on it or click. Then insert your LinkedIn profile as hyperlink to. Insert your maybe Linktree profile, whatever portfolio you have online, you can insert it, especially for companies outside the country. I use it mostly too for companies in the country. Now, the next thing is your professional summary. Your professional summary, one thing you have to know about your professional summary is you must never use the first person pronoun. You don't say, I am a professional public administrator with background in sales, marketing, this. There are templates, or there are ways you can work this out. There are ways you can work this out. How do you prepare your professional summary? It works in 3 ways. The first one is tell them who you are by mentioning your professional background, your years of experience. I have not seen that here in your professional summary. Where your skills are applied. So I give you an example. You say professional public administrator with background in sales, marketing, client relations, and financial management. Now, I forgot to say this. In your professional summary, there are only 2 things that are permitted. Number 1 is a semicolon. Number 2 is a full stop. Don't use a full stop if you don't mean to end your professional summary. Don't use a full stop if you don't want to end your professional summary. Use a semicolon. So let me see if I can bring out a CV I prepared of recent. I think it's my CV. I want to take you through that. Just your professional summary. Your professional summary should tell the company or industry or whoever you are sending the application to everything that they need to know about you in few words. In fact, some hiring managers just read your professional summary and they get exactly whether to proceed with your CV or not. So they will look, okay, this guy, he has worked in this industry. These are the skills he has. He's been 5 years. If you look at a lot of job descriptions, they tell you point blank, they are looking for someone with a master's degree, with first degree, with maybe WAEC, or they are looking for people with this number of years experience. Okay, you have to state all of that summary in your professional summary or in your objective. So let me share my screen and show you an example of mine. It's something I sent to someone of recent. Can you guys still see my screen? I need to hear a yes or no. I can't see the chat, so I'm not seeing what's going on.
Yes,
Can
we
you
can see.
guys still see my screen? Okay,
Yeah.
good. So this is my CV. This is how it works. You notice that there is no full stop except the one you have at the end.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm a human resource personnel, a tidy administrator, and analytical leaders, and so on and so forth. So all of this is what I am. All of this yellow is what I am. The second thing here are my skills. I'll color it green, are my skills. The third thing here are the years of experience I have had. That is too dark. Let me use something else. No. The third thing here, I prefer this, yeah, my years of experience. And then the last thing here is CTA, that is call to action. Those are the 4 things you have to take note of. Your CV, who are you? You are a data analyst, you are a this, you are a that. You say that in few words. Then what do you have as a person? Yes, I told them I have strong academic abilities, leadership. If you have a pen and paper, you can write some of this stuff down, but not be like copy and paste too. Strong academic abilities, leadership track record, this, certificates, training, business administration, monitoring, evaluation. And the next thing is your years of experience. I've had over 7 years of experience. Sometimes I put plus 7 years, other times I put over 7 years of experience in this, and that. And then I end with CTA. I am seeking to leverage my professional expertise to grow in a role as deemed fit in it could be company, institution, organization, and so on and so forth. So that's it. So I come back here. Now, this is where the templates are different. If you are sending your CV to a company that is focused on skills, then please include your skills immediately after your career objective or your professional summary. But if you are focusing on a company that is bent on education, a company that is bent on education. They want to see what you are. Then begin that with your, after your career objective, begin it. The next thing should be your education. Okay, give me a few minutes. All right, Muna, no vex. So I forget say I put something for fire. So I share my screen again. So as I was saying, don't just copy someone's CV and then think that it works for all companies. If I want to be a lecturer, yeah, I remember a few years ago, before I said I was done with lecturing, the CV I sent to them was different. If you want to be a lecturer, or if you want to be anything at all that involves people bragging about they have masters, in fact, people bragging about anything, after your career objective, don't put skills. After your career objective, the next thing you should put is your educational experience or qualifications. That one works especially if you are in Nigeria. And again, like I said, it depends on companies. So normally when people want me to revamp their CV for them, I ask them what's the nature of the industry or company you're sending the CV to. If you tell me it's tech-based, then this particular CV that I'm looking at is exactly the type of format I am going to be using. And I encourage you guys to use if it's anything tech-based. If it is anything outside people wanting you to use skills and stuff, then forget about this format. So that's just it. After your career objective or professional summary, the next thing you should do is to concentrate on your professional experience. The reason is because people want to see what you can do first and where you have applied your knowledge. So this person got it right. The only thing I've noticed here is when you put your relationship officers to commercial banking, is it commercial banking or commercial banker? I don't know how that works. So the first thing you have to know is you put under your professional experience or work experience, put your role first. I see a lot of Nigerians trying to, I mean, the ones, the CVs I've been looking, I don't have enough data, trying to impress the hiring manager by mentioning the name of the organization first before the role they played in the organization. Look, your CV is not about the organization you worked for before. Your CV is about you. So anything that puts you out there, please put it in your CV. That's why I love the fact that this person was able to concentrate and she boldened it. The only thing I'm going to observe here is you don't put your role in italics. What you put in italics is actually the name of the company, which is the Keystone Bank, National Assembly Branch, Abuja. Again, if this is going outside the country, you have to make sure you put the name of the state and the country. And the next thing that follows is relationship officer. Then you put the year you served from. It's look at where you have that date. Where you have that date is supposed to go right up. You served as a relationship manager from September 2017 to June 2019. It is not the bank that served from September 2017 to June 2019. Okay, it is you that did the service, not the bank. So that should have gone up there. Then the next thing is to put your key responsibilities. Your key responsibilities. I love the fact that you put all of this in bullet points. Now, the mistake a lot of Nigerians make, a lot of persons have reviewed stuff make, is that they just go to Google if you are applying for virtual assistants. So what people do is they go to Google, they type a job description of virtual assistant, and everything will appear, Abi. And when it appears, what the next thing is they just copy the job description, take it to their CV and put it in bullet points and then leave it. It's a funny way to put out yourself. Someone like me, I would of course know what the job description of a virtual assistant is online. The only thing that you are going to stand out is the fact, don't forget, if you are sending an application as a virtual assistant to a particular company and there are 50 persons who are doing copying and paste, the applicant tracking system, for instance, would of course would pick keywords that are familiar with over 20 persons, and it will flag your CV as blacklist your CV. But if as a virtual assistant, you go to Google and then they tell you that one of the jobs of the virtual assistant, is to schedule meetings, is to help executive directors. Okay, now this is how you stay different. You are now going to pick that out of Google, for instance. That's if you want to, or if you must copy anything from Google, you have to pick that out from Google and then take it to your CV and personalize it. So instead of saying virtual assistant schedule, you schedule some meetings or appointments for your executive director, you can now personalize it by saying that as a virtual assistant, you had assisted your executive director to do task 1, task 2, task 3. You have to mention it so that they say, oh, so we heard that so person was able to launch a particular program. So is this guy that was, his virtual assistant? You get, if possible, you can even mention the executive director's name or the name of the company. Of course, it has to become under the company's name. And now there are a couple of things you have to remember when preparing your CV, your professional CV, when preparing your responsibilities. Yes, that's the word, or achievements. You have to make sure that it is measurable. You have to make sure that it is quantifiable. You have to make sure you use numbers, you use percentages. You have to make sure you use things like, let me show you so I don't just talk. I want to use my CV as an example. Let me share my screen. Let me use my own CV here. This one is of recent, so I'm not going to mention anything recent. Can you guys see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. So Just look at how I prepared this. Fundraising officer. I tell you the year almost immediately, then the name of the organization in italics, then straight ahead, responsibilities. So I didn't just go to Google and copy responsibilities or job description of fundraising officer and then come here and paste it in one line or in 2 lines or something. I went in depth. These are exactly the things I did. Number one, I developed terms of reference for four consultants for a pilot school farm for school meals project in Akwa Ibom State, sponsored by the Danish Embassy in Nigeria. Number two, I participated in the development of this project. Approximately, I now put the amount, project, and action plan. I have developed a memorandum of understanding with this. I offered fundraising assistance to the director of funds, this. I participated in and carried out all fundraising activities, led and anchored in a fundraising event. So you can see, if I could go on, I mentioned the amount of money we were able to raise over a period of time, funding we were able to get over a period of time, worked with the partnership. I wrote about the partnership. I wrote about communication plans and so on. If you give me 3 pages of just writing about my responsibilities, I am going to personalize them. Are you guys following me? Are you guys following me, please?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to personalize them. So it's not about copying and paste. You have to personalize that thing. Now, somebody asked me a question on one of the groups. He said she doesn't have, she said that she doesn't have the experience. She's applying for a virtual assistant position, that she doesn't have the experience. I think I posted my reply. I said, look, you don't need to have tons of experiences. If you have ever assisted somebody to open an email, you see all those cyber cafe people that you people will go and we used to go and register for JAM, register for Kiniko, plenty things online. Those people, if some of you here even want to make money, you can even start visiting those cyber cafe people and introduce them to Lemonade class. Somebody saying, I thought CVs were supposed to be brief. CVs are supposed to be brief if you want them to be brief. If you want your CV to be 3 pages, if I want my own to be 3 pages, all those grammar you see, I would cut them. And you know why CVs are actually, you can make your CV to be brief? It's when you actually read the job description. All those things I mentioned there, if I am applying for a role different than fundraising in another, I'll just cut out, I may put just 1 or 2 responsibilities under fundraising officer and cut out everything. Okay, please drop your questions in the chat box. I love seeing the questions there. I'll cut out everything that is not necessary, and it's going to be 3 pages. I have tons of 3-page CVs. And I have a CV that is like 18 pages. You know why it's 18 pages? Because everything I have ever achieved in this life is in that CV. And I want to encourage you guys to have a CV like that. I have never sent an 18-page CV to anybody. What I did is that I write down everything I've achieved, whether they are good or whether they are not good, or including the job I did many years ago in Lagos, where Agboro beat me through away, carry me through away, put for gutter. Beat me blue black for that hotel. I think that was I was a bar manager or something. I write and put for my CV that I worked as a bar manager, but only that I did not put say Agboro beat me through it. So I put all my experiences there in that CV. Now what I did subsequently is any application I see online, I'll just go to my unabridged CV, copy the ones I need and paste, copy, paste, copy, paste. So you go have 2 pages depending. There's a difference between CV and resume. Don't go and sell yourself short because you want your CV to be one page when you could have just used a resume instead of saying you are sending CV. The difference between resume and CV, they like Ghana jollof rice and Nigerian jollof rice are very small ingredients. Nine they different. For resume, for instance, resume, just concentrate on your skills and work experience. Chikina, no need for all the plenty grammar about professional summary, no need for references. Resume, your name, address, portfolio. In fact, resume is skill-based and experience-based. Don't put that you are married in your resume. Don't put you are single and divorced. Don't put that somebody broke your heart. Don't put anything personal. Put things that are skill-based and experience-based. So you can research the rest online. But a lot of people send CVs because you want to know that you want to tell them that you went to school. Resume may not even need your education, just your experience and this thing. That's all. What was I saying? If you want to make extra money, you can go and talk to all those cyber cafe people. They are actually doing virtual assistant work. And if you have ever visited a cyber cafe before and you have assisted somebody to open an email or to send emails or to do plenty troubleshoot on computer, you don't get experience. So you don't need to work with somebody in the US before you will be virtual assistant. Even in my own organization, I used to assist my director to do one or two things. If I'm applying for a virtual assistant role, I have more than enough. The only virtual assistant role I've ever done, I think there are three. Very first job I had when I left teaching, I worked with with Daily Post in the UK, and so we had a virtual office. In fact, that was my very first time I did virtual assistant work. And those of you that did that work years back, the pay then was $250, no? So virtual assistant, that was my very first time. The second one was official one. No be all the I can help you to do CV, I can help you to do your email, all those stuff. The second one I got was when I registered for this class. That was the second job I got, virtual assistant. The man is from California. I think I shared it in my group. So you don't need plenty experience. Just the little things you have done to assist people virtually. You can go and research about it. Okay, that said, I am going to move to the next thing you should look out for in your CV. Let me share my screen again. So we continue. So I have told you the summary again. I have told you how to keep your name, how to make it bold, how to put your address, your LinkedIn profile, or whatever portfolio you have. The next thing is the things you should look out for while preparing your professional summary. The third thing is your professional experience. I have told you that it has to be measurable, it has to be quantifiable. It has to be measurable, it has to be quantifiable, and you have to personalize it based on experience. Okay, so all of that I've said will now cover all these things I have mentioned here. Now, the thing I want to tell this person is that I always advise that you use education qualification instead of academic qualification. You know why? Because a lot of the software, the ATR software, they use education qualification more than academic qualification. You can use academic qualification if you are applying for a job to be a lecturer, or if you are applying for a scholarship. Every CV, like I said, have their language. So masters of public administration, I just prefer to put the year I graduated, not when I started, and so on. Okay, the problem with this format is that it is scattered. Ahmadu Bello University, do you have masters in public administration, PhD in public administration, and BA in local government and development studies from the same school? If your answer is yes, please put the name of the school first, then your degree. If you got PDA from Ahmadu Bello, please go and put Ahmadu Bello and then put the degree. You know why? The same way I got confused in the first few seconds I looked at this before understanding that all of this will probably come from the same university. That is the same way somebody else will get confused and they will call you and say, did you have all the degree? The fact that if anybody gets to call you or ask you questions about your CV, it means your CV was not comprehensive enough. Now, another problem with this academic qualification or education qualification, as advised you use, is the fact that you use short forms. The applicant tracking system, again, will not acknowledge the use of short forms. Masters in Public Administration sounds better, that is MPA. PGD does not sound any better, it doesn't mean anything. You can type your qualification in full. Postgraduate in a diploma, something. Bachelor of Arts, not BA. You can put your BA in this thing, bracket open, bracket close. Again, let me share my CV so you see a sample of what I mean. And again, know that, okay, so look at it now. I typed it, masters, mini masters, business administration. I wrote the name of the school, Shikina. That is it. I typed it, it was in full. Research, skill acquisition. Now, what type of research? I don't know. It's like this person, I don't know where this person is hoping to send this CV to. Is Linda here? I should mention her name. So sorry. Let me leave it. So maybe we can chat about that. But if you have to put research, put what type of research? Was it a BA research or your PhD research or whatever? Hobbies and interests. I beg you, please just use bullet points. Now, this kind of thing, they make CV, they reach 13 pages. Use bullet points. If you love to, let me share something. Let me share something about this hobby stuff. So this is the book about my, I think it's titled, let me show you. It's titled, it's my book though. Yeah. Create your professional CV in 9 steps. So if you want this, you can just let me know. So this is the book. And I'm going to go down to where I have hobbies. All these things I'm explaining is here. So I'm going to go to where I have hobbies. Hobbies. Good. Everywhere is quiet. Can these people hear me? My people, can you hear me?
We can hear you, just go on.
Okay. So hobbies and interests. You should use the hobbies and interest section of your CV to demonstrate that you are a well-rounded person who is engaged in extracurricular activities and the community. If you belong to a tech community, like this IT community, this WhatsApp group that we belong to, is a community of its own. If you belong to such communities, then you can, this is where you put your interest. So there is an example here. A bad example is I enjoy skiing, hiking, playing football, going to the gym, eating out with my friends, bird watching, and going to church on Sundays. This is a bad example. Now, here is the good example. And it's telling you here that do not mention any irrelevant hobbies on your CV that does not add additional value to your application. Imagine somebody who, in fact, somebody sent one of the applicants we had of recent. There's something he wrote in his CV. I know like him, I know lie. And he said he loves driving his something Jeep. And I was like, how about now, guy? We know say you sabi drive, you will get car and cool, but you mustn't put it in your CV now. Of what additional value does it have? But this is where he would have made a difference without his CV. He would have said, if he was applying as a crop consultant, he would have said, every weekend I drive 50 kilometers to visit the nearby farming communities, or I love driving to a nearby farming communities or something. So you see how you can get your hobbies connected to your CV. You are applying to be a crop consultant, or you are applying to be something related. You are applying to be a virtual assistant. Okay. So your hobby can be that you love chatting. Yes, you love chatting with your tech community. Yes, that could be something amazing. You love chatting with your tech community. So the person reading your CV will just say, oh wow, so we are not going to be employing someone who is just on his own, just he doesn't care and stuff. So don't mention any relevant hobbies in your CV. Number two, don't disclose political or religious affiliations. You love going to church, you love going to the mosque, you love doing this, you love praying, you love fasting. Somebody even wrote that the other, oh my God, somebody even wrote that every Friday, your hobby, every Friday is going for Tari night. Inside CV. So that the person that is asking you question now go dey fear, oh, this guy get fire, this guy get fire. If we no go and this work, now he go carry us go Shiloh. Haba. So avoid all those religious affiliations and stuff. Don't put it, avoid listing too many hobbies. So the CV I just saw now, you can see, without even coming back to my book, I knew exactly that you mentioned too many hobbies. So this is a good example. You enjoy reading non-fiction books. You love building computer networks. Please, as I'm talking, if you have questions, I don't want this meeting to exceed beyond necessary. Just as I'm almost done, because I'm getting to references and I'm done. So put your questions there and I'll attend to them. So there's a good example of hobbies here. I enjoy reading non-fiction books, building computer networks, solving puzzles, and socializing with friends and family. Okay, that is it. So that someone that is reading this will say, okay, this guy, maybe he's tech inclined, he loves building computer networks, solving puzzles. It's someone that is quite interesting. Okay. Then the next thing you have to look out for in your CV is your references. Now, this is what I am going to tell you guys. Is what I'm going to tell you guys. And this is the secret of a lot of people in HR. A lot of people in HR. There is a job, I think that was 6 years ago. There's a job somebody tagged me to apply on Twitter. That job was about children's books, because I have a book on writing, how to write children's book, creative writing stuff. I have a course, I have a book on that. So he tagged me to that post on Twitter. And then because it was my first time of applying to any job using a platform like Twitter, I mess up. I fuck up real big. What did I do? So the guy told me, okay, we want to employ some people to work on a children's book. And few months after that job application, I had written a book for a client on Fiverr. It was 26,000 words. Maybe was it 40 something? I'm talking about 31 pages book on children's writing. Okay, someone say I should not use the F word. No vex, no be. So I messed up. Do you know what I did? The guy requested for a sample of, and this one applies to all of you here that are good in writing, creative writing and stuff. The mistake I made was that I sent this guy my sweat, something I worked on for 2 months. I sent him my sweat because he was looking for a sample, and I thought this company was genuine. Okay, an opportunity to work with someone, children's book stuff. Omo, I sent this guy half of my book sample, 31 pages. They paid me ₦5 per word. I can't remember. It's been long. So imagine I divided this book like into 2. I sent him half of that as sample. The next day, I sent him a message. How far? I sent you a sample of what I've done before now. No reply, nothing. Omo, don't be only me. That guy japa with our sample. I'm giving you this tip because when you are searching for a job, be smart. Those of you that you don't know which company you are sending CV to, you are carrying somebody's references. I tell you, say I'm going to be your referee. Every company on this planet Earth, my name they your CV. So let's imagine that my referee is the owner of a particular company that I am sending, a company that is a competitor to where I'm sending the CV to. You have given them access to the man's phone number, to email, to plenty things. The point here is avoid putting people's name in every CV you are sending. Chikina, no big grammar. And when sending CVs, use your sense. Use your sense. So that is why people prefer to put referees available on request. I use that one a lot of times. But if they tell you to attach referees or references, professional references, especially those of you that are going to apply for scholarship and stuff, if they tell you to apply to put your referees, Kukuma, put it. But companies that don't specify, put your referees, leave it. So this person here, let me share my screen. This person here did well. So referee, reference, available or request. If they want to see it, Kukuma, you send it to them. Normally they will ask when you are going for interview and stuff. But if it's a company that wants to really see your references or your referees, they are going to put it in your job description or something. Even if they don't put it, again, like I said, use your sense. So I'm going to go through something I must have missed in this book. Okay, so this is a good example of referees. If you are sending the referees, this is a bad example. The references section is the final part of your CV containing the contact details of 2 people who know you very well, have worked with you before, and who can vouch for you to the employer. If you decide not to include references on your CV, you can simply write references available upon request. Now, this is a bad example. Mr. Evans, Teso, Birmingham, West Midlands, B55IK, United Kingdom, then telephone, then email. Why is this a bad example? Is the fact that, number one, your referee's name needs to be written in full. Number two, the referee's job title stroke position is missing. And number three, the address is not complete. So I was writing this example because I had a lot of people I was training them who are not in Nigeria. So this is a good example. This is how you put it. The person's name in full, the person's position, the person's company. Name, position, company. Address, telephone, and then the email. Okay? That is how it works. That is how you should put your CV. Did I miss anything? Okay, let me talk about skills section because I did not mention this one, and this will be the last thing. In the skills section, you should include a list of your key skills and abilities that will enable you to do the advertised job well. Remember, only include skills that are relevant, transferable, and add value to your application. The bad example is that people who just put excellent communication skills, excellent management skills, great IT skills. I can pound fufu and not tire. I can go on any errand. I am, there's this skill a lot of people put, a very popular one. I can work under pressure. That's so. And then tomorrow now, if they give you too much pressure, you complain. My brother, my sister in Jesus Christ, in the Lord, Mohammed, I beg you, don't put that you can work under pressure. If you are a pregnant woman with baby, you have enough pressure in your house. If your husband, they beat you every day when you come back late, that is enough pressure. If you are doing squatting with somebody and you are starving, that is enough pressure. Why do you want to lie in your CV? In fact, the job I had of recent, I read contract. I say, thank God, say I no write anything will go implicate me. If not, this contract now, I can't even negotiate why inside this contract. I think I shared that some time ago. So put skills that will enable you to do your work well. If you know that panning fufu can help you do your work well, you can put it as number one so that the man will employ you or the woman will employ you. If you know that working under pressure is your talent, they born you with them, put them number one. But if you know that working with Zapier, working with Zendex, working with Microsoft Word, working with Tableau, working with Power BI, working with plenty other things that if the person read them, they go, oh. In fact, I recommend that for every job you're applying for, go and read and research the skills that are applicable to that job. I beg you. You see how passionate I am in sharing this thing because I just want to have the experience of maybe being in a position where I can bring people to work or recommend people, and I would know that this person's CV is top notch. This person is doing what he's saying. And again, don't put any skill you don't know. Somebody came for interview in monitoring and evaluation. He put SPSS and then SPSS and one other skill. When we ask some question for SPSS, how do you do this? How do you do this? When does monitoring and evaluation come in? You begin to see stuttering now. Make they no go employ you because you sabi Microsoft Excel, and when you enter the office now, you begin use calculator. So that's a bad example. Don't just put one line, excellent communication skills, excellent management skills, great IT skills, and that's it. Now, these are the comments, these are the things you should look out for. The items on this list are too vague and too backed up and not backed up by examples from real life situations. It gives the impression that the candidates are just listed a bunch of skills just for the sake of listing them without actually possessing these skills. So it is recommended to make entries in this section specific and descriptive. So this is a good example. I'm sharing this here. The good example is that you have excellent knowledge of a variety of programming languages, including Java, Python, C, JavaScript, PHP, SQL, strong troubleshooting skills with software, hardware, and network products, expert in networking fault diagnostics and troubleshooting, Cisco routers, Cisco switches, and so on. So if you're looking at this skill, you will see that any employer will now have the impression that this candidate knows exactly what they are talking about. And again, I think I must be kind enough to tell you that we also have a section called technical skills in your CV. Now, all of you that are into tech, virtual assistant, you are doing tech stuff, just put technical skills so that if the applicant tracking system is looking at your CV out of a tons of CV, they will pay attention to that section of your CV. So this is where you can put all those your Microsoft Office skills like Microsoft Word, Microsoft Excel, etc., as well as your typing, analytical skills, and so on. Soft skills too are incredibly important, you know. What I do in my CV sometimes is to embed my soft skills into my job responsibilities. This way, I tell my potential employer that while working with a team, I was also able to listen to team's challenges, you know, something along that lines. Okay, so that's the last thing I wanted to talk about. I've talked about qualifications. Yes, I've talked about the bad examples, the good examples, educational qualification. Okay, this is a bad example. Let me show you. Don't put the name of the year you graduated from or started school first before the name of this of the university. Okay, and don't just mention random courses and put it. This is how you put your, this is a good example. The name of the university, how you graduate, the year you started and ended, the bachelor. You can see this one was written in full. That is how you write it. And I think I have covered all I needed to cover. If you are interested in getting this book, I'm just going to just let me know. I think that's all I'm going to say. So I think I'm done for today. I'm going to those interest. Okay, let me put my LinkedIn page, my question. I'm going through the chat box now. Please, if you think, if you believe I've made a lot of sense, if you believe I've made a lot of sense, let me know. Make I no die now, and people will be posting on Facebook and LinkedIn. This guy, may not have time to read feedback later. So if I'm making sense in the comment section, please let me know. This book and my CV templates. Please let me share my LinkedIn. I think I've seen a lot of questions. Please, I'm answering questions now. If you have them, put it in the comment section, and then if I don't understand your question, I'll call your name. Let me copy my LinkedIn page and put it in the box. So here is my LinkedIn page. All right, guys. I've put it there. Then the next thing I'll do is, some of you want the book. Just know that I did not intend to talk about this book here, but let me share the link to how you can download it in the comment section there. I think I have to be honest to say that the book is not free and it's my intellectual property. Now I want to share a CV I got, so you people will see the difference. I'll be sharing my screen. Let me share my screen. Um, all right. For those interested in getting the book, please check the comment section. Get it here. Someone say, can I use my partner as reference? What type of partner, please? If it's your husband or your boyfriend, no use am o. Because if you are your boyfriend, the day when the guy go vex, break up now, person call your boyfriend. He will say, don't employ her o. Person wey scam me of so amount of money. My babe, no try am o. No put your boyfriend, no put your partner, no put anybody. Wey dey do serious thing with for night. I don't tell you. Don't put your partner. If there's somebody you are cooking for and the person, don't even put your relatives. I dey tell you. All the village people, they are alive and active. Any boy that you are doing something special with at night, in the morning, no try am. The person will chop you finish, still go mess you up when they call you for, do you know this person? Nah, there, no try it. This one a warning. So I posted this one now. For those interested in getting the book, please get it here. After this section, I'm going back to that place to edit it. Book is not free. Now just 1K. I dey sell am 3K, but only 1K. Start the section to you go and see it there now. So please let me share my screen so you guys will see something. Then I'll attend to questions and that will be it. Please ask questions. So I need to do this thing again. This is the fifth time I'm doing this thing. Check my LinkedIn, you see. These are all CVs. Oh man. Okay, so this is a CV I did of recent. This is the person. Please, can you see my screen? I need to cover her this thing. Can you see my screen? Someone? Yes?
Yes.
Good. Now, this is what she sent me. I have one CV I'm working on now. This is some, if for her mind now, this is good, this is nice and stuff, but she tried her best. The mistake she did here was that she packed all her skills to her profile. The majority of what would make her stand out, she buried a lot of them, especially skills that she would have incorporated into her responsibilities. All these example, so I'm going to show you. Then she put skills. When I asked her where she was sending this to, then please, yes, please. No need to put your date of birth, your marital status, your state of origin, kiniko. Don't put it, except you know that the person that is going to employ you is single and searching, and the guy get bar or the babe get bar, and you want to assure the person that you are single. So you want to use that one as point of contact or Shiloh prayer point. Then you can put marital status single. But remember, say as you take start the matter, and so you go end am. So the professional way, me, I'm talking about professional CV. Don't even put your date of birth. In case the person will dey there and a person will be your junior. Don't put your personal data. in your CV at all, home and abroad. So she went, I removed, don't even put your sex, whether you are a female, whether you are male, whether you are trans, whether you don't put your religion, whether you are Christian, divorced, married, trans, anything at all, don't put it. You are not selling your body, yourself, your background. You are selling your skills and value. Always remember that. You are not selling your marital status, your date of, you are selling your value to the company or to the industry. And don't be humble about it. Jesus Christ was never humble. Hello, are you with me? Jesus was not a humble person the way we think. Person where at the age of 12 went to the temple and was teaching professors. That is not somebody that is hiding. He himself said, let your light shine. So if you are good at anything, put it there. If your talent in your former, if you are a cook, if you were employed as a cook in your former place of work, and the previous cook prepared 5 rounds of akpu for everybody, and you came and increased the number, you even went to the kitchen and you were sweating like a goat, put it there. You can coin the English in a way that is appealing. Something that I spent 3 hours to prepare a freshly made cassava flakes. If I use akpu, forget English or gari. Prepare akpu that was served to 12,000 persons in a period of 1 month. That is the grammar. Don't go and be short, sell yourself short. Okay, that's what you should sell and not. So this is a sample. You can see how she arranged CV, put data collector. All of this was not obvious. You get, and program monitoring. In fact, I love this lady's CV. When I got her CV, I say, man, thank you. You are not the person that is going to give me BP because I did review CV. Capacity development. I changed this capacity development to something else, and I'm going to show you. And then hobbies, playing, and so on. So this is it. And then okay, she said, yes, thank you so much for the wonderful work. My CV is looking amazing. No, where is the one I sent to her? I need to see. Okay, let me open here. Dear Joy, thanks for sending your CV. Okay. And she made. Where is the one I sent to? Oh, let me type her email. Email, Joy. Sorry, guys. Should have opened this for now. What is my data analysis something? Okay, good. This is the one I did for her. Can you see my screen? Can someone say yes, please? My people, now see the someone say yes, please. So
We can see your screen.
okay, thank you. So this is what I did for her. You can see I wrote it down there. A versatile, all the plenty grammar, and I wrote over 3 years. She did not put that. I now wrote the things she was good at: in-depth interview, transcription, then work experience. You can see how I arranged that one. Educational qualification, you can see the difference. Professional certifications, I made sure that all of this was clear, straight to the point. And then professional training, I don't know what she wrote, something. So people know. Now you have to put your trainings, all the trainings you have to put it this way. And then core proficiencies, stroke skills. I now took the one she puts in the first one, I now took them all here and put them below. And then hobbies, and then referees. So that's how we roll. Okay. Time for questions. I hope you guys took notes. So I.
So do you want me to read out questions or you're going to attend to them yourself?
Please, thanks so much. I was training my eye really. I'm
Okay,
really
so
tired.
someone wants to
Sorry,
know
tired.
how much you charge for a CV revamp.
Well, it depends. So my price is 10K flat, but I can have a discount. Someone from this class paid sometime 8,000 or so, 2,000 discount. Others 5,000. So that's just the range: 5K, 8K, 10K. But next question, please.
Okay, next question. Hold on. Someone wants to know what's the criteria for writing a CV for someone that is an SSC holder.
And what?
SSC holder, WAEC holder.
Please, it's the same format I shared. Only that you have to pay attention to the company first. If you are sending a CV to a company, pay attention to their job description. If you don't fit in, no need to apply, except you get people who go. But it's the same format, nothing different.
Okay, how do we insert our email address or other links as hyperlink?
That function is there on Microsoft Word now. I don't know if I should show an example. Any need for that?
Please, yeah,
Okay.
do please, so that they can see it.
So let me share my screen. Please, this person that is reading the question, what's your name, please? No vex.
Slim Chick.
So thank you. So can you see my screen?
Yes.
So I want to type David Francis. This is my personal email at gmail.com. All I need to do is you highlight it, you copy, you go to insert, you check hyperlink, you see address is already there, then you click OK, and you see it's on hyperlink already. So this is do the same thing for your LinkedIn. Your LinkedIn URL, not name, the URL. You know why you use the URL? Because some persons may not trust the link enough to click it, so they will want to copy and paste. Cybersecurity people, now you should know the reason for that. So you put the URL. But if you know that,
Could you do one more, please?
What?
Could you do the hyperlink one more time?
Okay. Let me try again. So I type, let me put in caps, David Francis EF at gmail.com. Just highlight everything. Go to hyperlink. That's your menu, your insert menu. Go to hyperlink. Click on it. You see David Francis is already here where you have address. Can you see it?
Yes.
Yeah, where you have address is already there. If it's not there, you make sure you go back, copy it, paste it. But normally, if you have highlighted it, it has to be there. Then this is the text to display. Now, if I don't want Gmail to display, I can just go there and type my name, my email, sorry. And then when I click OK, this is what will appear. My email hyperlink. But if the person click on it, it will take you to my my email direct. My email.
Oh.
Yes. Next question.
Hold on, please. Next question. Someone wants to know how to reach you if she wants to revamp her CV.
Okay, please let me drop my number there or call it 0810-627-8770. That's my number.
Run it again, please.
0810-627-8770.
Okay.
I've dropped it in the chat.
Okay.
I bet
Another.
no call me for night too, in case I did try control something. Thank you.
Okay, in adding professional certifications, what if you have certifications in HSC and you're applying for the role of a virtual assistant? Do you need to add the HSC in your professional certifications?
What's the full meaning of HSC?
Health, safety, environmental, something like that.
I will that person explain so that I can.
It's a professional course, mostly done in should I say all this high-tech industries such as mining and any industry that has to do with safety.
Okay. What I'm going to say for that is, take for instance, I was applying for a role that was disconnected from a certificate. So what I did was I wrote the name of the certificate, and then if there is a course in that certificate that is going to be of benefit, I remember now. It was when I just finished from my second degree, philosophy. Yeah, that was my second degree, and someone gave me an appointment to be a classroom teacher to teach English language. So one of the questions I was asked, they looked at my CV and they said, this guy, you are a philosopher now. So what do you want to teach for English language? I was like, okay. In my 300 level philosophy, I did a 2-semester course on English language and I had distinction. Okay, if in philosophy I can have distinction in English, not even who go fit teach for this English for secondary school students. So that's my own tip. If there's a professional certification that you feel is not going to be of use to the hiring person, but you know that there's something inside that course. It could be a module inside that course. Please write that certificate, put where you graduated from, health, safety, and environment. Okay. If there is something that relates to your company, the one you are applying for, then you can put the name of the module under that certificate. And the person will say, okay, we can connect to this certificate. But if you know no need, come out. You can just put it under professional training or certifications for putting sake. But if you want to emphasize on any certificate, the way I just said it is the way to go. Next question, please.
Okay, some people, I think those interested in the book said they've made payment, but they can't download the book from your site or something.
Okay. Sorry, let me go back and check. Of
Then
course,
someone
they
wants to know,
always
is
have
it necessary we include?
Yeah, the question.
Is it necessary we include SSC in our CV?
No, if SSC is
Highest qualification.
I will talk now. If SSC is your highest qualification, then put it. If it's not, remove it. No need. If it's not, remove it.
Orienta wants to know, what about those that transition into another career? How do you create it? How do you create the CV?
How do I what?
If you are transitioning from one career to the other, that's a change in career. How do you create your CV?
Can the person use example, please? Because career differs.
Okay, let's say you are transitioning
Now,
from sales. You've been a sales personnel for the past 7 years, and now you are going to, let's say, back-end developer. How do you like construct your CV? Since they are not interrelated.
let me give a personal example too, because I think I've had this experience. So I started off life mechanical engineering, then philosophy. Uh, anyway, let's forget about the history. I'm presently doing something tech related. The way for you to show transition, if you are moving from one community to the other, is to show affiliation. Emphasize on your online courses. Emphasize on your affiliations with the body. Emphasize on your online courses. Emphasize on your affiliations with the body. If somebody sees my CV now, okay, so I'm very good at Microsoft Excel. I'm good at Tableau. I'm good at PostgreSQL. I'm good at so if somebody sees my CV, and when I take online courses, I don't just go take online courses for the sake of the certificates. I am very particular about the type of online courses I take, especially if you were not in that field. If you were studying agriculture or you were doing something related to sales and you want to go to the banking no, to which industry is this?
Back-end
Totally
developer.
disconnected.
Let's say
Okay,
IT
good,
industry.
good. In as much as you want to apply for free courses with Coursera and stuff, it will not do you any good. In fact, if I am the hiring person, I may not take you on board looking at your moves. Now, this is what you have to do. When you are applying for an online course, apply for a course that have a tutor you can communicate with, number one. Apply for a course that have an alumni network, number two. Apply for a course that have a community, number three. In fact, I have tons of community. I have the PLD community. I have this particular IT community, for instance. I have people like fundraisers. I have two or no, three communities, tech-based communities. One is data analysis. The other is AI from one of my data schools. And I just begun my internship today. So if I'm presenting all this to somebody as someone who transited from mechanical engineering, the person will see that I actually have a presence. So don't show transition in your CV without mentorship, without the presence of mentorship. It's not going to work. Internship, apply for courses that can offer you internship opportunities as well. That's number four. Again, apply for courses where you can have an alumni network. Apply for courses where you can have a community afterwards. Apply for courses where you can have mentorship, online mentorship. Apply for courses that can show some level of internship or projects that you have done. That's the only way, and I feel that's the way that works, for people who are transitioning. Don't just go take online courses and yeah, you have the certificate, you don't have any capstone project, nothing at all. People will not. In fact, there's something this one is not necessary, but I'll just say it. Do you know you guys can create, for those who are transitioning, you can create a site using Google and then put all the projects, even if you don't have money to pay for mentorship or internship and stuff, you can now begin to build projects on your own and put it on GitHub, put it on the Google site. I have one. I put all the projects, personal projects, all the courses. You can even record yourself explaining some of these concepts, put it there, so that if you go for an interview and they say you are transitioning from point A to point B, you don't have anything to show for it. You can tell them you have 100% ability to explain concepts. You have trained so persons. Show that you have done something with your new transitioning effect. I don't want to talk. So next question.
Next question. Hold on, please.
By the way, please, if you have issues with the link I shared, I have dropped my phone number, I've dropped my email. Everything you need to know about me is there. Feel free to contact me. I think we can sort that out.
Someone is asking, can you share the community so we beginners in IT can have something to hold on to? And then another person wants to know what's the best. Sorry, another person wants to know what's the best format for submitting a CV? Is it PDF or Word document?
It depends, but me, I prefer PDF every time. PDF. I was Gap International employed me 4 months ago through. If you check my LinkedIn profile, you see I put on an application for them. I was recruiting people for their company. They were coming into Nigeria, I mean from the UK. Gap International, that's the name of the organization. So you need to see how people send Google Doc, CV. People send Microsoft. People send plenty formats that if you open it, with PDF, you don't need to download it. PDF, especially if you are sending the application on LinkedIn, you don't need to download it. Just open the PDF document, the CV is there, and the person reads what he needs to. But if you give people trouble to download your CV, no be only you, madam, oga. So use PDF at all times. But if they request for Microsoft Word, and if you can risk it, worst, say you send your CV with Google Doc, and then you give people editing permission. They will just go there, go come out everything where you put for, just begin to list your ex-boyfriend, people where you don't hurt, write that you are stupid, plenty things. Because you gave them editing permission now, so they can mess up with your CV. PDF, you can't edit it, stuff, so be on the safer side. Next question.
Okay, how many references can you use on your CV?
It depends. Scholarships, the ones I've been applying for, the request for 3 professional references, but the most I've seen is 2 or 3.
Okay, someone wants to know, how do you write BSc? Should you write it in full or abbreviated?
No, type it. Bachelor of Science, that is BSc. Then you can put bracket open BSc.
Okay. Then
somebody, I hope the person no vex say we never answer their question.
Someone wants to know, if I'm currently working with a company but wish to do part-time job in another, how do I construct my work experience?
Please read that again.
If I'm currently working with a company that's doing a full-time job with company A, or wish to do part-time job in company B, how do I construct my work experience?
The problem is, how will company B see that you are doing part-time job with your main job? Is company A aware of it? It could send a bad signal to company B, but if you can state it clearly in the body of the email or when you go for interview. In fact, you know what? Write whatever you want to write that is good on your CV. When you go interview, you go trash that one. Don't put any. Your CV is for the next company, whether part-time or full-time. When you go interview, now there the serious discussion they happen. Don't sell yourself short in your CV. Your CV should get you to the door. When you get to the door, as far as you enter, I always have faith as a person, and that's why I want everyone here to have good jobs, stuff. Because everyone, especially those of us that put in the work, we've really tried our best to make sure we've gotten to this point. Make our CV no come embarrass us. That's why I'm doing this. Seriously, no one is paying me for this. That's why I'm doing this. Your CV should get you to the door. I always tell people that, look, if I send an application somewhere, I expect that if my CV gets me to the door, then that job is going to be mine. 60, 70, A, like I give myself A, because that is what your CV should do for you. Should get you to the door. When you get there, blow their minds. Don't do anything that's going to sell you short. Don't even explain anything in your CV for anybody that is about to hire you. When you go to the interview, you sort that out.
Okay, next question. How do I include a community like this Ewky's own, that's this present class we're having, that is without a certificate in my CV? That's how do we include online learning? I'm trying to paraphrase. How do we include online learning in our CVs that has no certification?
Where you put your training, put it there. Professional training, IT support. You can talk to Lemonade, talk to her. She can give you permission to use the name of a company as, maybe IT support by a facilitator. You mention her name or something. Then under achievements or responsibilities or stuff, you can now put that you are a member of a community of virtual assistants or a community of tech community IT support stuff. So that one can go. I think I've done that before. Let me check my CV.
Okay, while you're checking, can I read out the next question?
Let me share my screen so you guys see that I'm speaking from. So I think I'm tired. We should give this 10 minutes and then we are done. What do you think?
Yeah, that's fine.
So then can you see my screen?
Yes.
All right, good. So I've gotten certificates from all of these places except this one. Can you see it? Let me color it. Except this one colored yellow. So
okay.
I was just a member of the training body from it. The training was organized for small business owners, and you must have been resident in the United Kingdom. So I had a partner who joined with me for the training. He's the one that had the certificate and not myself, because I'm not resident in the UK. God will help me. So but I had to put that I was a part of that training, and it was courtesy of the University of Portsmouth. So anytime I'm blessed and I get to the UK, I can go talk to them. Look, Mona, give me my certificate. I'm here now. So any other question?
Yeah, someone is asking, are you saying the Coursera and Udemy courses, which we know do not have most of the things you mentioned, are not good for CVs?
Most of the things I mentioned, like what?
I'm guessing, you said it's not by having certifications, it's by having more of affiliations with maybe one or two, should I call them supervisors or something? I don't know.
No, there is a place for certificates now. There's a place for certificates. Again, let me share my screen. Every CV, there's a place for certificates. I am saying that when you are sending your CV, to a company, especially for those that are transitioning, I think that was where I talked about belonging to professional bodies, Abi.
Yes.
Yes, so when you are sending your CV and you know that you are transitioning, especially your first degree have nothing to do with what you are doing presently, then emphasize on those professional affiliations. That's the only way your CV can make sense in that regard. But if you are on track, your Coursera, all those courses, let me show you guys my I did. I just put all my certificates of completion, all of them, put them there. But I want this place I'm sending this CV to. This is where I want them to concentrate on all of this in terms of education. Then This one just additional certificates and so on. So it's there. Then you can now see all the trainings I attended, participant data, this, United Kingdom, Plateau, Ireland, and so on and so forth. Some of them are virtual, some of them are online, offline. Then core skills, that is it. So put it to.
Okay, another question. Like for example, the CV you used when you were having the training session with us, the lady's CV stated that she had her first degree and master's degree in Ahmadu Bello University. So she wants to know, how is she supposed to arrange it? That you made mention of something about the arrangement of educational qualification. Is she supposed to separate the BSc from the master's degree, since it's from the same school?
I would that thing only works mostly in LinkedIn, I think. But even in LinkedIn, there's a point. The point I was trying to make is to avoid confusion, put your degree, make it stand out. Don't hide it. Another way you can make it stand out is using bullet points. That thing I saw, there was no bullet points. Abi, did you see any bullet point there? So everything was looking
No, there was none.
everything was looking as if it's 1 degree until I had to look again. Okay. This one. But when you put it in bullet, the person knows, okay, 1 different, 2 different, 3 different. Then another way I also recommend is put Ahmadu Bello. It doesn't matter. Ahmadu Bello 3 times, degrees 3 times, stop. But don't populate your CV. Bullet is safer. The other one is okay. But the one you presented, no, doesn't make sense.
Okay, I think this should be the last question for tonight.
All
Someone
right.
wants you to talk briefly about cover letter.
Cover letter. Hey, you people should talk to Ewky. That one another class. It's not even
Okay.
about talking to her, because cover letter and another gbese. Let me give you a sample of cover letter from mine. Cover letter. In fact, let me tell you people one secret. Don't send your CV without a cover letter, whether you're applying to a company inside or outside Nigeria. Except the person is someone you know and says, okay, just send CV. But you know why you need a cover letter is because, let me open one, my own. Is because you tell the person straight off that this is what you are applying for. So this is a sample of my cover letter. Let me cover the matter. Can you see the screen?
Yeah.
If I want color all of these things, so the plenty signature, how to insert signature in Microsoft Word. The training no be today on. So that is it. But if you want me to teach you as a person, so I'm available.
Okay. So I guess that's all.
All right, that's all. So thank you so much, guys. It's a pleasure to be given this opportunity to be here. Slim Chick.
Yeah. Thank you so much for having us too.
I wanted to see your face. Now why I got your name?
Sorry, why you not give us lights this night?
Please, if I'm making sense, you can just tell me thank you before you go. Don't be ungrateful. Somebody said I did not answer your question. Can we give that person can that person unmute?
Okay.
Just that person. Please, if
Can
you
the
are the person
person? Okay.
unmute.
Should you want me to unmute the person?
Yes, let him or her tell me what the problem is.
Okay, let me unmute the person. That is Abby. If I'm not mistaken, where is her name on the list? Her name is not on the list. I don't have her
Okay.
name on my list here.
Can the
Let me
person
just.
not unmute himself or herself?
No, the person cannot.
Okay. Anyway, please, you have my phone number. You have my phone number.
Okay.
Just oh, simple, my guy. You are here. I don't see you. Simple. I see what you write to. I know we talk. I do like something. Forget it. All right, guys. It's a pleasure. Please send me a message if you need. Connect with me on LinkedIn. Get a
Okay, she
copy
has
of the
reacted
book
to
if
that
you.
question. Let me just read that question. She's asking, what templates are we to use? What templates are we to use? I don't understand. Maybe I don't understand. Ajoke, could you like paraphrase your question?
Is she talking about CV templates? Like I started off telling
Yeah.
us. I started off telling us that.
Okay.
What?
Templates to write your CV, to create CVs.
Okay. Please a moment. Let me answer these people. There are a couple of templates. One of them is the one I talked about today. So guys, I just dropped the link for the book again. My LinkedIn page. Let me drop it again. Some person say they missed it. Okay, someone shared it. Okay. Destiny, thank you. Good. So the template I shared, I told you that there are three major templates. One is if you are sending to a company that is focusing on skills, the template you have to use is, of course, everything like your name have to be bold, email, LinkedIn page and stuff, your portfolio generally. Then the second thing is objective or professional summary. That's the second thing. It stays for all templates. Now, what differs with templates is this. The next thing is if you are putting your skills first, it means you have read the job description and their emphasis on that they want skills. So number of skills. Then you can put those skills first. You have to follow the emphasis of the company. That's one template you have to work. Follow the professional standard template, which is immediately after your professional summary. The next thing is your work experience. You want to go straight to tell them that, look, you have experience in so company, you worked in so company. Now, the third template is those who are going for scholarships, those who are going for academic lecturing and stuff. Now, that is where you have to emphasize on your education. After your career objective, the next thing is your education, not your skills, not your experience. I don't know if I'm making sense. Those are the templates. Like I say, these templates are customized based on job experience. So you have templates, skills based, experience based, and academic based. Three different templates, and how you prepare these templates are quite different. These are the most popular templates. The colored templates, a lot of you are using those ones now, online stuff, freelancing, and that is where it ends. You don't send colored templates. You don't even put your picture in CVs. Oh, I forgot to mention this. No picture at all. Just leave your fine face or your ugly face. Just leave it as it is like that. Put just your name and that is it. I don't know if I was able to answer that lady's or person's question.
I'm sure the person will reach out to you personally. I don't know.
Okay, so if you guys want
So
the
it's already 11
letter,
o'clock.
the cover letter stuff, you can talk to Lemonade. I'm not going to come up with that again. So I need to show interest. It's going to be free anyway. So, but then you guys should be the one to do the talking. There are different templates for cover letter as well. In fact, cover letter is the very first thing companies read before they look at your CV. Imagine say your cover letter is a mess. They will not even open your CV, even if it's optimized for the best of stuff. So how you write your cover letter, which draws people. And again, people send emails. I think we should end this thing here, because if I keep talking, I will be telling you the plenty things I'm seeing. People send emails. Just look at the ones you people sent today to me. How can you send CV and in the body of your email, no subject at all, no subject, just send the attachment and that is it. And then the body of your email, you have to write something. Dear hiring manager, please attach to this email is my cover letter and my CV. There's a way we craft that thing and it looks professional. You don't just put your cover letter, your CV, no subject, no body on the email, nothing. Sure. That one another class. So I think we have come to the end of today. So do you add age to your CV? I've talked about that. Don't add any personal thing. Don't add any personal thing. Nobody cares about your age. I don't care. Nobody should. But if you want to die, you can put it. Don't mind me. I'm joking. Don't put anything personal. Slim Chick, thanks so much for assisting.
Yeah, thank you too.
Uh-huh.
All right. Good night.
Thank you so much, guys. Isekwe here. Lemonade, I should thank you for this opportunity. I don't know if you are here, but thanks so much for giving me the opportunity to share knowledge. Good night, everyone.